morning, guys. Brandon and Renee with Burns Lawn Care. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
Doing good?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm doing all right. Ready to get some work done. Doing our morning routine here. Just checking the oil. Make sure we're good. And the trusty old Pink Panther here. Renee's giving it some gas. Giving the Pink Panther a drink.
The Frankenstein. We're gonna rename her.
The Frankenstein mower. The Frankenstein mower's been holding up pretty good, besides catching on fire.
Yep.
Giving us charging issues. And any kind of issue known to man, right, hon?
Yeah, she's like brand new now.
Yeah. We placed a lot of pots on this Frankenstein.
And it needs more work this winter because...
What's it need, babe?
Oh. Cosmetic now? With this...
Yeah, we gotta paint the hopper. And what else does it need?
A new gearbox somewhere over there.
Oh yeah, deck gearboxes are worn out. Got a lot of slop now in the blades. And if you hit something real hard, it'll actually skip time. And then I have to take them apart and retime them. We ended up putting in a new center box this year, but these two gearboxes, El Junco. But yeah, you know, everything needs work. So far the mower's been holding up good. Been putting a good amount of hours on this machine this season. What do we got for hours on it now? Almost 300 hours. 300 hours. You know, lots gone wrong in 300 hours, but still runs and cuts every day.
300 hours of me sitting and you walking, like what should be going on?
Yeah. Ever since we made her the Pink Panther, I get the weed whacker now. I don't even get to drive the thing. All right, folks, first lawn of the day. For all of you that have followed our channel for quite some time now, you guys have seen this on the channel quite a bit. So here's where we're at. The growth is slowing down big time. And the only thing that's really going on is some leaves are starting to fall. Not heavy yet, but they're starting to fall. So the plan is I'm just gonna comb over the edges. I'm gonna blow the edges into the lawn. Probably tighten them up, sharpen them up, make it look good again. This part here gets mowed with the walker. Renee's gonna mow that. And then I mow the big hill here with the septic tank under it with the stander. So we're gonna try to get some good footage for you guys on this one. Not a tremendous amount of growth, but we're gonna get it tightened up to where it's gonna look awesome again. Alright guys, so what I've done was I blew down the driveway. I got all the debris in the lawn. I blew out the edges, and the edges look pretty good. But I'm not gonna fine tune them until after I mow this hill, because when I come down the hill, I tend to crush the edge a little bit with the mower. It looks like crap, so I'll sharpen the edge up after I mow this, and it'll look nice and crisp. Got the edges nice and crispy. Just the way we like them. Did both sides. Ready to head to the backyard now and see what Renee's up to. Screen is clogged on the walker. What happens is the air has nowhere to go, so it pushes the rear hopper door open. We're gonna fix that when we dump the machine. Okay, we're at our next property that we service here, and basically, guys, all we've been doing is just maintaining them. Pretty much vacuuming light amount of leaves at this point, and just keeping on them, and then do one big fall cleanup in the end. So what I'm going to start with by doing is blowing all the leaves that are in the edge here into the lawn, so Renee can suck them up with the walker. Got some leaves over here by this tree. I'm gonna blow around the tree and get them out into the yard so Renee can suck them up. This lawn can sometimes be very tricky for us to mow, because over here in this corner it traps a lot of water, and we haven't been able to mow it in the last 2 weeks because it's just been so soft. And I just walked it a couple minutes ago, and it's way too soft to mow. It's almost like mud. So it's kind of a bummer. I mean, I don't like to leave lawns like that, but this whole area here is way too soft to put a machine on it. If you put a machine on it, it'll just sink right in and we'll rot it all up. So we'll do our best in this area here. You know, maybe I'll string trim most of it, or we'll see what happens, but danger zone. All right, guys, so on the last mow, this door was opening up on Renee, and she was like, why is this going on? I said, that's because the screen is clogged. And look at, the air in needs air out, or else it has nowhere to go, and the pressure will actually open this door. Look how filthy this thing is. Let's go ahead and clean it out, and then you should be good to go, babe.
Wow, that's quite the cleaning method.
Yeah, I wish I had a wire brush on me, but I don't. Usually, though, this will loosen it up quite a bit, and most of it will fall off, you know?
Maybe it's something you should add to your little nifty tool bag.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, that should be good enough to get you through. When we get home today, I'll wire brush it. Alright, I'm going to start blowing out the edges and around the trees and getting everything into the lawn so Renee can just suck it up. One question I get a lot is, do you guys edge every property you do? And the answer to that is most of them, yeah. And the reason why is because I found that the edging keeps the customers happy and it keeps them coming back. Clean lines, sharp edging, it really makes the lawn look good. And you know, it seems to get us a lot of business. So that's why I do it. It is time consuming. It does take a lot of time at first. But once you get it nice and sharp to where you can just maintain it every week, it's a piece of cake. Here's a prime example, guys. Here's a yard we mow here. As you can see, it's edged. Here's a yard someone else mows. Great job. There's nothing wrong with it. Excellent work. But you see the difference between the edged lawn and the lawn that's not edged? That's the difference. That's what keeps the customers coming. I purposely had Renee not mow in this area. It's too wet. So what I'm gonna do is to dress this up. I'm gonna blow the leaves into the woods and you know, try to give the lawn that clean appearance like the rest of the lawn has that she's already done. Was able to dress this area up with the blower. Just sent the leaves right into the woods. Looks a hell of a lot better now. Alright, so everything's blown out all into the lawn. Renee's just sucking everything up now, getting it nice and clean. And that's our main focus while the leaves are falling. You know, there's not a whole lot of weed whacking to do. You know, sometimes I like to let the edges grow in just a little bit until the final mow, and then we'll sharpen them up. But you know, the edges are still looking good, so I'm not going to fine tune them. You know, we'll lock those in and get them nice and neat on the last mow of the season. But the main focus is just maintenance. Just keep sucking the leaves up, leaving the lawns clean. Keeps the customers happy. Keeps us happy. Everyone's happy. I used to mow this lawn with the stander. And I mowed it with the stander for a long time. Until I realized it was actually faster to mow it with the walker because this lawn likes to retain a lot of water. And what was happening is the right stander does not like to mow a lot of wet grass. It clumps up, it makes a mess. Even when you're bagging it, it starts falling underneath the deck and makes a mess. So I was going over it 2 to 3 times and it was just a complete waste of time. So we tried mowing it with the walker and it actually ended up working out a lot better. In most cases, I'm going to say most because it's not in all cases, but in most cases, we can single swipe the lawn with the walker and it looks great. So we said, you know what, let's just keep mowing it with the walker, and that's what we do. Plus, you get a better finish with the walker anyway. The right stander leaves some really nice stripes. As you guys can see, my stripe pattern, that was done with the right stander last time. But hey, you know, every mower has its perks. The right stander definitely stripes harder than the walker and is great on weedier lawns, but the walker leaves a cleaner finish, in my opinion. So a lot of you have been asking about the trailer. Are we going to wrap it? Are we going to do anything with it? And the answer is yes, of course. I'm not sure which route I'm gonna go yet, whether I wrap it or paint it, but I'm not a big fan of the white. It's very hard to keep clean, and you know, it's just very difficult to clean anyways. You know, with a trailer this big, I would like to have a custom graphic on it, so it's like a rolling billboard going down the road, but we'll see what happens. I still got the guy's sticker on the trailer that I bought it from. I haven't even taken it off yet. So meanwhile, I got the freighting pretty much set up, ready to go for the most part. Had to put a piece of flex pipe here on the exhaust because I didn't want this exhaust firing at the aluminum on the trailer and cause damage. So stuck a little flex pipe on there. We'll test that out, see how that goes. This thing runs great. You know, hopefully it should be good for what we need it to do. Plenty of power. Hopefully it doesn't blow the top hat here off my truck. We'll see what happens there. As you guys can see, I had a little accident here. Crushed in the rear bumper on the truck. I had to jackknife the trailer to make a turn at a roundabout, and this mount I had made, it pinched. So what I had to do was, you can see where the mount used to be. It used to come out to here. It was just 1/4 inch angle iron. Used to come out to here. I cut it off. That solved that problem. But now I got a crushed bumper to fix. It's always something, right? So eventually what I'm gonna end up doing with this leaf loader, if it all works out, in the off season, I'm gonna take the leaf loader off the trailer. I'm gonna paint all these mounts here that I made. I had to relocate the jack here. That was a headache, honestly. That jack used to be back here. I put some 3/8 plate that I had cut. I made a template and had it cut at a steel shop and welded it to the tongue. I mean, there was a lot of surgery involved in getting this machine on here. But eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the leaf loader off, disassemble everything, and I'm gonna paint it to match the trailer, because right now I can't stand the yellow. The yellow drives me absolutely crazy. But when we're done with the graphics or the paint or whatever I decide to do on the trailer, I'm gonna paint this to match, because for some reason I get neurotic about things matching. I like things to look a certain way, and this isn't gonna cut it. You're doing great, babe. Cheers. Crazy, guys, how fast this year flew by. I mean, man, it feels like yesterday was spring. Now the season's almost over. It really, the saying is true. Time really flies when you're having fun. We've had a great season. I've had no complaints at all. You know, business grew a lot this year. And, you know, for the most part, we had our hands full. We had all we could do to just keep up. We were on a very strict schedule. No time for playing games or anything like that. You know, but we were able to accomplish it, which is great. And we're in a good position this year. So that makes me happy. All our hard work's starting to pay off. I wish I could have made more videos for you guys this season. But, you know, like I said, we had our hands full, and I did the best I could. Now that we're starting to slow down a little bit, I can start to ramp up the videos a little bit for you guys. You know, and hopefully we'll get some good fall cleanups for you. But just so you know, I haven't forgotten about you. We will have videos coming. It's been tough. But we're just gonna keep trucking and you know, do our best to get you some good footage. All right, guys, just got home from mowing for the day. and I have the awesome task of watering my massive yard with a sprinkler. We just graded this off and put some loom in, getting ready to revamp the yard here. This is where all the trucks were coming in, so this needed a lot of loom, but finally got it all graded off. Planted some grass seed and got to keep it moist. So every day I've had the task of watering 1.25 acres of land with this thing here. So this keeps me busy in the evenings. But hopefully next season I'll be able to put an irrigation system in here and call it done. But it just wasn't in the budget this year. But maybe next year. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. As always, thank you for watching. Keep the comments coming, guys. We really love to read all the comments that you guys write us. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.